We are back live here for this tag team matchup for our main event as we wait for the arrival of the participants. And here comes the champion, Robbie E. Here he comes. Let's take it to our ring announcer. The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 211 pounds, he is the TNW Television Champion, Robbie E. Robbie E making his way to the ring. As of right now, as it is, he is the TNW Television Champion. There you see him, the champion, teams up with Ronnie, former TNW World Heavyweight Champion. But right now, Robbie E has a lot to go through in this matchup tonight, because this is leading into an all-out war, an absolute slugfest between these two, between both new best friends like Robbie E and Ronnie, and his partner from Lizard Towing, weighing in at 289 pounds, Repo Ron. Repo Ron got the name, and right now he changed his name to Ronnie to Repo Ron. That's right now, that's what we're gonna call him, Repo Ron, making his way to the ring. And what a moment for this youngster to become the next TNW World Heavyweight Champion. But Repo Ron, in the meantime, though, has an all-out war, an absolute slugfest to go through, to take on his ex-best friend, Bobby Brantley, as Bobby Brantley teams up with his new best friend, Pete Corvus. And it looks like Repo Ron has a lot to go through in this tag team matchup with his new best friend, Robbie E. And I think I may have spoken too soon. Here comes Pete Corvus. There he is, Pete Corvus. And their opponents first, from Brooklyn, New York, weighing in at 220 pounds, Pete Corvus.
This tag match has the crowd.
Well, Pete Corvus, in the meantime, though, has a lot to go through in this matchup. Pete Corvus is one of the greatest champions in the history of GTS Wrestling. One of the greatest YouTube champions in history. And folks, this is an all-out war here for Pete Corvus, going at saving Bobby Brantley's butt all the way, saving his butt from Ronnie and actually saving his butt from Repo Ron, and of course Robbie E in the process. But Pete Corvus is right now all out ready for a war in this tag team matchup as we wait for the arrival of his tag team partner. Incoming! And right now, here comes Bobby Brantley and his partner from North Carolina, weighing in at 220 pounds, Bobby Brantley. Bobby Brantley, one of the greatest champions in history. Former GTS McDonald's champion. Or should I say, former GTS McDonald's United States champion, if we may add. But what an entrance for that man, Bobby Brantley. And a former TNW television champion. But Bobby Brantley has a lot on his mind going into this match as he's taking on his ex-best friend, Repo Ron. But Bobby Brantley has no fear whatsoever as he teams up with his new best friend, Pete Corvus. Pete Corvus made his presence known ever since a few months ago, teaming up with GTS Wrestling and lost in the process. But the referee calls to the bell. Here we go. We're going to start things off between these two former GTS Wrestling superstars, Pete Corvus and Robbie E. And Pete Corvus and Robbie E starting things off with an awesome chain wrestling style. A right hand by Pete Corvus, but a counter by Robbie E with that reverse jawbreaker. Going for the spinning heel kick, but Pete Corvus with a counter. And what a move by Pete Corvus, by this young man. Pete Corvus off the ropes. And a running senton onto Robbie E. Bobby Brantley is loving this matchup. Right now the chin locked in on Robbie E. as Pete Corvus is taking it to Robbie E in this matchup.
Right about now.
And a kick to the spine by Pete Corvus. Uh-oh.
Pulls away from the other. Well, it's hard to argue that, but I'd say this one could go either way.
Yeah, there it is. Robbie E with a counter, that kick to the leg, going for those legs. Aiming right for that leg of Pete Corvus by Robbie E. And now Robbie on the apron, calling for Pete Corvus to get up here. Springboard, going for a springboard Hurricane Rana, but he missed a bit as he connected a bit right there onto Pete Corvus. As this one's leading into an all-out war here, folks. I mean, look at this. Samoan drop as Robbie E made the tag to Repo Ron. Went for the Samoan drop on Ronnie in the process. And Pete Corvus makes the tag to Bobby Brantley. Headbutt by Pete Corvus. And Bobby Brantley saving his new best friend. Look out, German suplex by Bobby Brantley onto Repo Ron. This is an all-out war in this tag team matchup. We already know that Bobby Brantley will meet the TNW television champion, Robbie E, without Repo Ron there in the process. And a tag was made to Robbie E. And now these two arch enemies are going at it. Here we go. Going for a back suplex, but Robbie E with a counter into the Bulldog. A stomp on the back there to Bobby Brantley. Robbie E now off the ropes. Going for Grimm's patented finishing move, the subscriber splash. Shades of his best friend Grimm. And now, Robbie E on the second rope. And a Phoenix splash right off the second rope by Robbie E. Robbie E in the meantime though with Bobby Brantley. And he sends, I think he's going to try to bring him to the corner. And I may have spoken too soon. Here's the tag to Repo Ron. And these two are going at it. Double arm hip toss and a kick. And what a double team move. Repo Ron looking to end it right here. 2. No. Bobby Brantley kicked out. And now, Bobby Brantley back on his feet. And a belly-to-belly suplex by Bobby Brantley. And Bobby Brantley wisely making the tag back to Pete Corvus. And Bobby Brantley's telling Ronnie, this is what you get for attacking my new best friend. And now, here we go. Pete Corvus in the ring. Referee had a 2 count here. But a right hand by Robbie E to prevent Pete Corvus from going up to the second rope. Pete Corvus shaking the cobwebs off, but he shook it off right there. And Robbie E looks on, but Ronnie countered it into an elbow in the face. Some planned move right there by Ronnie. But Pete Corvus shakes it off as Ronnie made the tag. And he counters with a cross body as Ronnie was going for the back suplex. Robbie E went for a Hurricane Rana, but Pete Corvus countered it into a powerbomb. Referee is throwing his authority in this matchup, but Pete Corvus has got him on his shoulders. We've seen this before in GTS Wrestling. There it is, Pete Corvus' patented signature move. And now Pete Corvus may be looking for the end here, as he's got Robbie E on the top rope. Robbie E with a counter. Top rope move, cross body, uh-oh. Pete Corvus caught him. Going for it, there it is. What a move by Pete Corvus as he caught him. Look at the leg here, could this be it here? 1, 2, no. A shoulder up as these fans are chanting, this is awesome. Here's the tag to Bobby Brantley. As right now, Bobby Brantley going for something big there, but Robbie E countered him into an arm breaker. Kick to the gut by Robbie E. And Robbie E right now, rolling Yoshi Tonic on Bobby Brantley. As his body has been driven right through the canvas. And now Robbie E going for a signature move. That elbow into the heart of Bobby Brantley. Robbie E is not done with him yet as he sends Bobby Brantley in the corner. But look at Robbie E. The most craziest individual in the history of GTS Wrestling. And he makes the tag to Repo Ron. And here we go. A snap here and a kick to the spine as these two are going at it.
I like it.
The hook of the leg by Repo Ron. 2, no.
Look out.
And a kick out. This matchup continues.
And he gets out of the way.
Repo Ron was going for the rake in the eyes, but Bobby Brantley with a counter and that elbow to the gut. These two big men. Uh-oh. We've seen this before from Bobby Brantley to Robbie E. Going for those German suplexes. There's a second German suplex. And there's a third German suplexes by Bobby Brantley. Uh-oh. Bobby Brantley calling for the end. Onto Repo Ron. Uh-oh, here we go. Can he connect? Robbie trying to get involved. There it is. Hook of the leg. Could this be it? 1, 2. No. Repo Ron kicked out. Stomping the spine there by Bobby Brantley. And now that kick to the back.
That was awesome.
As this one continues to escalate into an all-out war here. And now, sending Ron into the corner, Repo Ron. And here's the tag to Pete Corvus. Corvus now, double back body drop by Bobby Brantley and Pete Corvus. Pete Corvus trying to pick him up. May have not have been a wise decision as Repo Ron saving himself there. And he makes the tag to Robbie E. Robbie E tagged back into the ring. Right hand by Robbie E. Robbie E through playing around with Pete Corvus. Looking for his patented finishing move. There it is. Could that be it right here? 2. No. Pete Corvus kicked out. And this one continues. But Pete Corvus has had enough as he shook it off. With an elbow in the face by Robbie E. What a counter by Pete Corvus as he shook it off right there. And now moving Robbie E away from the ropes. Hook of the leg by Pete Corvus. 1. No.
Nice.
And now, Pete Corvus with a right hand into the face of Robbie E. Another kick to the spine by Pete Corvus. Doing whatever he can for his team to get a win. But a fireman's carry counter takedown. Drop kick to the leg by Robbie E. Robbie going for everything that he learned from Grimm. Actually, everything that he learned from TNA back in the day. But a kick to the face by Robbie E. Pete Corvus is going to slam him again, and he does. A second slam right through the canvas at the hands of Pete Corvus. Reverse jawbreaker by Robbie E. And now, Robbie E sends Pete Corvus in the corner. And now here's the tag back to Repo Ron. Repo Ron in the ring. And a double hip toss. And a kick right in the back of the spine. But a back body drop by Repo Ron onto Pete Corvus. Pete Corvus landed right through the canvas there. And now, Repo Ron staring down Pete Corvus. Repo Ron is staring down Pete Corvus, is telling him no. Uh-oh! We've seen this before from Repo Ron. The same move that put down Shadow Fiend to win the championship.
He's setting up.
And now, Repo Ron going for the submission, calling for the end. There's his patented submission hold that we've seen. That did not defeat Shadow Fiend the following night, but hey now, wait a minute. Pete Corvus saving himself there.
He's in trouble now.
I wouldn't gloat for the minute, Robbie. As Repo Ron gloated there as well. Both of them gloated. May have cost everything there as Pete Corvus went for something big there. Look at the leg here. Could this be it? 2. No. Repo Ron kicked out. And a knee to the gut by Pete Corvus as this matchup continues to escalate. But a leg sweep by Repo Ron continues to dominate in this matchup. The Repo Ron in the meantime though picks up Pete Corvus into a spine buster. And now a cover by Repo Ron. Could this be it here? 2. No. But Pete Corvus kicked out. Bobby Brantley in the ring, face to face with his former best friend, Repo Ron. But Repo Ron sending Pete Corvus in the corner. What's he gonna do here? But a knee to the face by Pete Corvus now with a counter. And Pete Corvus into a slam. Looking to end it here. And he sends him into the corner. Going for something big there, but Repo Ron ducks it. As this one continues to be a war here in this tag team matchup. And right now, folks, wait a minute. Folks, we gotta take our break. Do not go anywhere as this tag team matchup continues. We gotta take a break. Do not go anywhere as this main event continues to be a war here. 2. No. We'll be right back here, folks, as this tag team war continues. We'll be right back here, folks. Stay with us.